Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Taechichu and I don't know what I'm doing, I'll never know what I'm doing, and that's what I'm using as an intro. Sorry my lips are blue, I just had a blue raspberry monster punch from Dunkin' Donuts and my teeth and everything has been like this for like a couple hours. This is a Sobble vlog. I hope you guys enjoy it. It was my last day of school and I took Sobble with me and it's kind of cute, kind of weird, but you know what, I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do enjoy it, let me know what other Pokemon you would like to see me vlog. Even though I don't have classes anymore, I can still bring him places. Them, not him, other people. Or if you want to see more Sobble, let me know. And I also want to hit 300 before the year ends, so if we can make that happen, that would be fantastic. So yeah, make sure to share this video, like and subscribe if you want to see more content from me in the future. And let me know what else you guys would like to see from me in the future. Anyway, here's the vlog. Bleh. When we woke up that morning, it was a winter wonderland outside, so Sobble told me, hey man, I want to go out with you on your last day of school and see the snow. But I told him in order to go outside, he had to put on some mittens or a hat or something, because it was far too cold even for a water Pokemon. So he tried on a mitten. It was a wee bit too big and he couldn't wear it. And then he tried on a hat, which yet again was too big. I didn't have any Pokemon hats, so I made him try my own, and it didn't work. Now I was getting stressed out because I knew he wanted to come with me, but I knew he'd be cold, but he just came with me anyway. So after I was fully ready, we went downstairs to go put our boots on and then head on to school. But I realized that he didn't have boots, so he tried on my own, and that didn't really work out because he was too small. Regardless, we went off to the winter wonderland, and let me tell you, it was freezing. Sobble was cold without having any boots, hats, or mittens, but you know what? We made do. I then had to go clear off my car because, as you can see, it was filled with snow. Luckily, I only had to brush a little bit of it off and not a lot. I fast-forwarded this part. The Pokeball isn't moving really fast. I did it so that, you know, time and talking and whatnot, you can see me a little bit. I don't have a lot of experience in the snow, so this was fun doing this before driving. And then we were off. Sobble put his seatbelt on, and he was too small for the seatbelt too, so we made it work. After the short but snowy drive, we had finally made it to the parking lot furthest from campus because, of course, the people who don't live on campus have to park the farthest. Okay, ran over. Anyway, so we had finally made it, and I now was putting Sobble in my backpack so that as we walked the long walk to classes, he would be able to stay warm and comfy while I would have to endure the cold. But I swear he was comfortable. Then I zipped him on up, and then we were on our way. Okay, continuing the rant a little bit, as you can see, it was very snowy, very icy, and very cold, and I did not like walking the long walk from the farthest parking lots. Here's Sobble in my first class because there were no seats. But you know what? Luckily, I got us some breakfast. When it was a glazed donut, I split it in half, and then I gave it to him because he needed breakfast as well as I do, because breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Don't worry, during the class I also held his hand because he did get lonely and scared in the backpack, but he knew I was there as I held his tiny hand. After a few classes, it was finally lunchtime, and I usually spend my lunch in the 24-hour room so that I can play Pokemon Showdown on the computer. But Sobble and I shared a Mango Loco Monster, which is one of my favorites and one of Sobble's favorites as well, and Sobble also had a few special treats for lunch. He had a nice Sweet Tarts candy cane, some Nerds, but he also had a little treat of a gingerbread cookie due to the holidays. He wanted a fruit gummy, but I didn't have any left, so unfortunately, he was not very happy with me. But we continued our lunch break playing Pokemon Showdown together. Sobble won every match, by the way. And we also shared our Mango Monster together. It was very big compared to Sobble. I can't believe that this vlog is like roasting Sobble because he is so small. But he enjoyed it. He was very happy. As you can see, he's nodding in enjoyment. Even though he was still mad at me that I didn't get him a fruit gummy, the monster almost made up for it. Almost. After about 45 minutes, our lunch break was over, so it was time to go to our next class. So I put Sobble in my backpack again because I had to go outside and I didn't want him to endure the cold. The last class of the day was criminal justice, so Sobble poked his head out to see if he could learn anything new. As you can see by his face, he was not very amused, and there weren't many kids because it was the last day, so. When we got home, Sobble had realized I had gotten my Secret Santa gift from my Secret Santa, so he wanted to help me open it. He thought it was something maybe he could play with or wear, but he was wrong. But he did help me open it, and I very much appreciate it. And I got Totoro slippers. Sobble was super excited because he thought he could wear them or go inside them, but unfortunately his tail was too big. For once, something about him was too big. I loved them because I love Totoro. I also got the Totoro socks right next to him, but he couldn't wear those either. Sobble was very upset that he couldn't play with them or be in them, so he looked like he was going through an existential crisis. It's okay though. A bit later, we watched a Smash tournament together, and then we made cookies from my friend Kristen. Thank you, Kristen. The cookies were so good. But Sobble really wanted to make them because he has a sweet tooth, as you could see from his lunch earlier, and these were gonna be the perfect late night snack. Well, my boyfriend mixed the wet ingredients together, which was butter, vanilla extract, and eggs. We mixed the dry ingredients together. As you can see, we have a bunch of stuff pouring in, but the sugar was a little stuck together, the brown sugar, as you can see. So I had to grab a fork so that I would be able to break it up and put it into the bowl. And then all the ingredients came a little smoother. I obviously had to do the brown sugar a little bit more with the fork, but we did get all the ingredients in there. And I had to break it up more when it was in there as well. I will say though, Sobble enjoyed the vanilla extract a little too much and almost drank it. And here's all the dry ingredients mixed together. It looks so good and I was so excited to make these cookies and I was so hungry. After mixing the wet and dry ingredients together, Sobble almost couldn't help himself and almost ate the raw cookie dough, but I told him he could get salmonella, so that was a no-go. And so we put the cookies in the oven and Sobble was getting rather impatient due to the timer. So I took him upstairs, and then I almost tripped and fell, but don't worry, I didn't. After a bit, the cookies were finally done, and I could take them out of the oven. And that was after 8 to 10 minutes, so it really wasn't a super long time, but I was excited to dig in, and so was Sobble. Sobble was especially hungry and excited, but he knew we had to let them cool first. But don't worry, when they did cool, he ate 3 right away, and then immediately went into a food coma. I don't blame him, I would too. Shortly after this, I tucked him in with his best friends Crookie and Score Bunny, and they were off to sleep, and that's how we're ending this vlog.